Police in North Miami Beach say they will stop using mug shots for target practice. Now, this is after a controversy sort of erupted after a member of the National Guard noticed snipers were practicing with an old mug shot showing her own brother. Well, the police chief explained they used mug shots of all different kinds of suspects, white, black, and Hispanic people, and they put photos that look similar together so snipers could practice identifying the correct suspect. But he says he understands the concern. The department will now buy practice pictures from commercial vendors.
Stunning allegations being made by two sides in a relationship gone bad. This woman says her ex-boyfriend, famous NASCAR driver Kurt Busch, assaulted her last year in his motorhome. He denies it and says she's a scorned ex out to destroy his career. Oh, and that she's also a trained assassin. He says he has proof in the form of a blood-spattered evening gown and camouflage clothing. She says he has a problem with alcohol and depression and needs help. Who is telling the truth?
I mean, it's a story that so many people were shaking their head at this week. HLN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson is here for more on this. I'm sure you were as well shocked when people were hearing what sounded like a real-life Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right?
Needless to say, Lynn, good morning. Yes, I certainly did not anticipate that there would be allegations that she was a trained assassin of some sort. And, of course, in going into the proceeding where she says, I'm afraid of him, he, in essence, is saying, afraid of me? I'm afraid of you, given your background and given what I know about you. But, of course, it's he say, she say, and that's why there's a judge, Lynn, who will decide who's telling the truth, who's not. Yeah, and here's the he say, she said, I mean, basically, she went to court to get a protective order against him because she said he abused her. He denies that. And he came back with these accusations. Do you think that this is, I mean, does she have any legal repercussions of the fact that he called her an assassin if she's not? Well, no, you know, look, it's a court proceeding, and of course the order of protection would be something that would be issued to keep him away from her. And of course, Lynn, that could have been done via consent. What does that mean? There couldn't have been a hearing. That is, that Kurt Busch could have said, you know what, you want your order, fine, we'll both walk out of court. That would have been his right. Instead, he said, you're not getting an order, and these allegations against me are not true. And in fact, not only are they not true, but I have allegations against you. And so there will be nothing in terms of defamation or thereafter based upon certain immunities that apply. You're allowed to give testimony, and a judge, of course, is allowed to assess the credibility to determine whether an order will be issued or one will be not. And, of course, we know that decision hasn't been made, but it'll be forthcoming after the judge considers not only the testimony, which was over 2 months, of course, but 4 days in the 2 months because there were Germans, and then there'll be written briefs submitted by both counsel for Kurt Busch and for Ms. Driscoll, and we'll see what he decides. And
we have a couple weeks till we find out, but if you thought it sounded like a movie script, she actually claims he got the idea from a movie script that she's writing, so it sort of is just bizarre on all accounts. Joey Jackson, thanks so much.
Pleasure and a privilege, Lynn. Have a great day.
You too.